Welcome to Synchronize Swatches, your twice-monthly dose of coolness. I'm your host, Chris Gregory.
And I'm the other guy, Chip Johnson.
Every other week, we watch an episode of the cult classic 1990s sitcom, Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and then we record ourselves talking about it.
It's time for Operation Record the Podcast. Are you ready?
Yes, I am, but not with an improvised response.
Gentlemen, Synchronize Swatches. Not a problem.
I've never liked you, Lewis.
Not a problem.
Igna?
Clean out your locker. You're finished.
See, I've got a new background here because I changed rooms for today.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, where are you at?
I'm in like the dining area of the house.
Okay, I recognize it now. Yeah. Okay,
We were
gotcha.
recording right over there about a year ago, and
Yeah, in the kitchen.
right on
Yeah.
the other side there. Yeah, that other room is just a mess. Like I've been moving stuff out of the closet, trying to get tubs in there and put decorations away and just stuff. So
Right.
it's just a disaster area in there. So I was like, I'm just gonna move my rig in here where it's clean,
Yeah.
respectable. Just try to present myself in a better light. This light.
Cameras. Yeah. Are those Christmas lights behind you still up? Is that on the wall? What is it? What
I
am
mean,
seeing
those
on
are
the wall?
always up. They're up
Oh,
there all
okay.
year. Yeah. I mean, they kind of look like a Christmas tree the way I have them set up over there. But
Yeah.
let's see if I can turn the camera over there. It's great for anybody who's just listening. Yeah, see.
Yeah, exactly. Boring.
Painting a word picture here, damn it. It's a Christmas tree of lights. So, yeah. It's funny, actually, on the way back, on the way here, I'm a couple minutes late, but I decided to stop real quick and get some podcast energy drink.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Parked at this gas station across the street, and like right as I pulled up, there was like this group of like 7 kids. I don't know how old they were. I would have assumed that they were like late teens or something. They just sort of emerged from the bushes. They look like they look like how kids, when we were their age, we probably would have described them as like goth dirtbags or something like
Yeah,
that. Slackers.
yeah.
I mean, whatever you're imagining right now is what they look like.
Yeah.
No shade. I'm just saying.
Right.
So I followed them in because I just happened to be behind. There were like 7 of them. It was like 3 guys and 4 girls. And as we were going inside, there was one of the people who worked there was standing outside smoking. And I was like, as I was approaching, I was like, I wonder if it'd be funny if I was like, no, I will not buy you beer, kids. I chose not to do that because it wouldn't have mattered anyway because they went in and immediately went over to buy beer. So they were obviously, somebody in that group was of age. But
Oh, my God.
which just means it's just further proof that I can't tell how old anybody is anymore.
Yeah.
They could have been 14 or 30 for all I can tell. So anyway.
It's funny. Like, I mean, fashion cycle, definitely. But it seems like the goth look
Yeah.
is kind of like evergreen, right?
Yeah. It's fucking eternal. Like the vampires that they are.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're just actually vampires. It isn't even
Yeah.
a fashion thing. It's always here among us,
Probably so. Yep.
blending in somewhat.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
God.
Yeah. So I also want to draw attention to the fact that because this week's episode is a football-related episode,
Yeah.
I happen to be wearing a football-related shirt. Now, I bought this shirt at a thrift store about a year ago.
Okay.
Because it just has a picture of a football guy and it says Allen on it, right? Which to me was funny. I was like, hey, it's a football guy and it says Allen. And then I was subsequently informed that it's like the silhouette of an actual player whose last name is Allen. I guess he plays for the Bills.
Okay.
He's probably very famous, and anybody who's listening to me right now who likes football is probably like, you fucking dork.
Idiot.
Anyway, somebody I work with informed me who it was.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll just wear this stupid football shirt that I have no association with whatsoever for this week's episode that has a lot of football in it. So,
Oh, man, that's funny, dude.
yeah.
I know nothing about football, so
Yeah. I watched it until about 25 years ago. I mean, it's been years since I paid any
Yeah.
attention to football, so I have no the only thing I know is what I glean from hearing other people talk about it, So
Right. Yeah.
and like last year I went to Philadelphia right as they were celebrating their Super Bowl win, like literally arrived during the parade. So as
great
referenced
timing,
in the
great
previous
timing.
episode. yeah, it was nuts. So anyway.
Oh man.
Yeah. So,
How's the weather out there?
it's not bad. It was warm for a couple of days and it was really fucking cold yesterday, and today it was like, I was at the playground before I, with my child, not by myself, before I got on mic here. And
I like to have a good swing before I get on air with my podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Got to work out on the monkey bars a little bit. Go down the slide. So we were out there and it was like in the 50s, It's on
That's not bad.
The place we went is behind Hilton Elementary School, which is right on the James River. Like it backs up to the James River, which is kind of crazy to like imagine being a third grader going outside for recess or whatever in the playground, and then you just go out back and it's just the James River right there with a beach and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that it was nice enough, but I heard that it might snow tomorrow. So who the fuck knows?
I was gonna say I thought you guys were like in for like a cold snap or something. On the East Coast. Yeah,
I think so.
Oh man. Winter.
Yeah.
Winter at Hampton
Virginia.
Roads.
That's right. Boo.
You guys were dangerous dudes, huh?
Today we're talking about Season 2, Episode 7, Fat Boy and Little Man, which is, of course, a reference to the atomic bombs that were dropped in World War II, but they inverted it because it was Fat Man and Little Boy.
That's right, yeah.
The names of the bombs.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a strange thing to name, to reference, but I think it's more just wordplay than anything. Why they chose this, because there's really no no direct correlation with the content of this episode.
Yeah.
And then for
Can you imagine if there was?
I
Jerry's
know.
invented the bomb.
got to reboot my box here. It auto shuts off if I don't do anything. I should have.
Useless box.
Yeah, come on, boot up. Once it's there, we will get Paul's reading of the German title. Let's see. All right, Paul, if you will, give us the German title of this episode.
Der Dicke und der Kleine.
Which actually translates to the fat one and the short one.
Yep.
All right, this original air date was Sunday, September 29th, 1991. On this date, Nirvana's video for Smells Like Teen Spirit debuted on MTV. Wow, that was
interesting.
Quite a moment in time, man.
Yeah.
God.
For us, for our generation.
Yeah. I mean, everything changed at that point.
Yep. Everything changed for a while.
I mean, wouldn't you say that was probably the watershed moment for like alternative grunge, whatever you want to call it, like breaking through to the mainstream, was that video?
I think
that song, but also that video, right?
Yeah, I think that's generally agreed upon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the big breakthrough.
Yeah. I see your other note here. The lead in this episode was. The lead-in for this episode that night was True Colors, a sitcom depicting the life of an interracial blended family, starring Frankie Faison, who portrayed Commissioner Irvin Burrell in HBO's The Wire. Such a great show. And I did not know this. I saw your note here. He is a native of Newport News.
Yeah, I didn't realize
That's
that
great.
either. I was just periodically when I'm looking at information to put on these sheets or whatever, factoids or whatever, I'll look at the TV guide, the historical TV guide, just to see what was on before up against this or whatever.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and then I looked in because I don't remember True Colors, and
Yeah,
it's
I don't
about
either.
like I said, it's about a blended family. But yeah, I saw Frankie Faison was on there, and then I looked to see who he was. I'm like, oh yeah, Commissioner Burrell. Oh shit, he's from here. I didn't know that. Yeah, so
That's great.
interesting. Yeah.
This episode written by Adam Barr and Peter Ocko again, their fifth episode writing as a writing team. This episode was actually directed by a newcomer, Mark Jean. All right, my episode synopsis. The Santo Domingo football team has never scored a single point against rival El Corrado. This year is going to be different, though, because they've added resident genius Jerry Steiner to the roster. With his brain and Larry Kubiac's brawn, Santo Domingo seems poised to make history. But when Jerry's head gets too big for his helmet, a rift forms between him and his new teammate, endangering their chances at success.
Very good. That sounds so much like something you would see in a TV guide write-up. When Jerry's head gets too big for his helmet. That's great.
So for our opening gag, we have a series of guests on a talk show. Lights come up, and we see a TV monitor, a cameraman, and a stage. The stage lights are down, though, so we just see a silhouette. And this particular silhouette is of a group of people. And the announcer says, coming up, angry young men and the women who love them. You'll meet Mikey Randall. And the lights come up, and we see Mikey seated in a chair, surrounded by a bunch of adoring babes. We cut to a credit before cutting back to see a lone figure silhouetted on the stage. The announcer says, smashing an atom in your own basement. We'll talk to Jerry Steiner. Larry's lights come up on Jerry, and he's doing some weird Zen meditation. Did you see that? Like, he was doing some thing with his hands. It was actually, it felt like he was doing the motion of, like, on TV, like stretch it out,
right,
the producer would give to the guest. But I don't know what he was doing there. I couldn't quite figure that out.
I don't know. Maybe that's the international symbol for atom smashing. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. That only nerds know. Another credit, and then we see another lone silhouette wearing a safari hat. The announcer says, tracking wild game and what to do with the leftovers.
I thought it was funny that this is I'm sorry. You want to say who the lights came up and revealed before I drop this little nugget of info?
I think we know who it is, but lights come up, because we're talking about food. Lights come up, and it's reveals Kubiac, like, in a safari hat and, like, safari gear. And I think he's got binoculars, too, like he's looking through.
I just thought it was funny that we've recently done an episode where he was literally being tracked by a hunter, and now he's the one tracking wild game.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll
toss
so they
a ho-ho out there.
So the announcer says, we'll go one-on-one with Larry Kubiac. Then we get another credit, and up again on a silhouette of two people this time seated. He's hip, he's hot, and he just can't lose. He's Parker Lewis. As lights come up, we see Parker Lewis, for some reason, bound and gagged with cartoonishly large rope, as Shelley sits across from him, smiling.
I thought it was funny, too, listening to this. Like, the voice sounded very familiar, the voice over the announcer. So I checked into it, and it was this was Ernie Anderson, who was the voice of ABC during the 1980s. So if you look for any... If you look up on YouTube, you could look up Ernie Anderson or look up Voice of ABC or whatever. Any kind of sitcom primetime lineup commercial from the 80s had Ernie Anderson.
Yeah, no, it's a classic voice. Yeah,
yeah, and I think it's been parodied a lot because he would do a lot of, like, up next on Growing Pains, this and this, and then on an all new Beretta. Yeah,
exactly.
He was just like a master at turning that switch. It was great.
There's a number of, like, VO personalities from that time period that are just ingrained in my head, and like just like just as soon as you hear their voice, it just kind of brings you back to that time period, man. So it's like kind of like something we've lost a bit too. I mean, there's still voiceover artists, but not like that. I mean, part of it was because TV was so limited, and it's not like now where there's so many outlets for entertainment, but I guess it was all consolidated on TV or radio. So you had those few guys who just got those gigs and had them for, 2 or 3 decades.
Oh, yeah.
And it just kind of, they just became, I just like, they stuck out more than VO artists do now.
Yeah.
Probably.
And I should point out too, and I just, full disclosure, I just checked this, but, I had forgotten until just now that he's actually Paul Thomas Anderson's dad too. So there's that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's a great fucking note. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you were talking about it, I was like, I think Paul Thomas Anderson's dad was a voiceover, and then I looked down, it's like,
that's
Ernie
him.
Anderson, Paul Thomas Anderson.
We actually just watched One Battle After Another last night. Have you seen
really?
It?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. No.
It's fucking great. It was great.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like almost 3 hours long, but it's great.
Yeah.
I love Paul Thomas Anderson. Yeah,
well,
that's a great find, man.
ABC.
All right, so after our opening gags, we cut to the school hallway, and we find Parker walking down the hall, tossing a very 90s football to someone off camera. I think it's like yellow and pink or something, or yellow and magenta. I don't know. In VO, he tells us, Football season, a time of tradition, a time of fun, a time of good-natured interscholastic rivalry. And at this point, a mob passes by carrying an effigy and torches and chanting, "Kill El Corrado! Kill El Corrado!" A very menacing-looking mob.
Yeah.
So Parker watches the mob pass by, and then he enters a classroom to find the football team and their coach.
When football fever hits Santo Domingo turns to one man. Team captain, Lawrence Terminator 2 Kubiac. Not just a football player, a building with cleats. There's only one small thing holding him back. Coob's brain capacity.
It's been a while since we had a Coob the Dumb Football Guy episode, you know.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of those.
Totally. As we'll see very, very shortly here.
Yeah.
So Parker goes on to explain that every year at this time, about 6 days before the big game with El Corrado, Coob's brain reaches capacity and shuts down. And we get a nice little superimposed meter, like a fuel gauge or something, above Kubiac's head. And it's filling up as we get various cuts of Coach Tripp running through various plays at the chalkboard. Because of this issue, during Coob's 10-year reign as captain, Santo Domingo has never scored a single point against El Corrado.
That's amazing. I just made the note here also that he's been the captain for 10 years.
10 years.
So it's more evidence of how long Coob's been in high school.
I know. It's great. So as Coach Tripp goes through another play, we see Coob's meter hit full. The coach asks the coach. Coach Coob. Cooch. The coach asks him if he's all right. Coob just nods blankly, and another teammate says, "Brain's full, coach." I love that read, too. The guy's like, "Brain's full, coach."
Yeah.
They're all like staring up. And it's a great shot, too, because like, we're like, the camera's up high, like Coob's POV, and maybe over his shoulder, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But looking down at the coach and all the teammates, and they're just staring up at him, and that guy gives that line. It's just great.
Yeah.
The coach tells him to put him in the box, boys. And we see an isolation chamber they've apparently made for just such an occasion. It's designed to keep any more facts from entering his head and sending him into full brain freeze. So the jocks escort a lumbering Coob into the ISO booth.
Yeah, it's funny, too, because, like, you mentioned that shot earlier down towards the, from his POV or whatever.
Yeah.
We get another collection of, like, 30-year-old high school students here. Like, all these guys look way old.
Way old, yeah.
Yeah, but I should mention here, the Coach Tripp is played by Roger Aaron Brown, who was in RoboCop 2 the year before this, I guess, playing Whitaker. And then he also appeared in 89 episodes of The District, which I don't remember seeing a whole lot of that show. I didn't even know it was on that long.
Yeah.
I think that was the one with Craig T. Nelson.
Okay.
From
I don't know much about it.
Yeah, it was on in 2000 and 2004.
Okay.
Strangely, we have our old friend Dave was actually in an episode of that show.
Oh, really?
I remember, because I remember seeing the. It's funny because he's in one shot where Craig T. Nelson's walking down the street, and they're flipping from his POV to the POV, him up, walking towards the camera.
Okay.
And when they cut to his POV at one point, the crowd's moving along the street very slowly, and Dave walks right across the shot and fucking barrels the fucking camera. I mean, he's just like looking directly.
Oh, God.
It's so
Come on,
funny.
Dave.
I was like, that's how you do it, man. That's how you make your presence known. That's like the only thing I remember about that show, and it's completely irrelevant to anybody else in the world except
but
perhaps
us.
him.
That's
him and
funny.
us. Yeah, but yeah, so he was a co-star with
Yeah, exactly.
Roger
Co-star.
Aaron Brown.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so anyway.
Who are we to play God with the kid's life?
Once Coob's in the ISO booth, one teammate pulls out a school lunch menu from his pocket and feeds it through the slot in the ISO booth. He says, "Hey, Coob, fish sticks for lunch." And this was a mistake, of course. I don't know why this guy did it. And Coach Tripp, of course, is yelling at the guy to stop, in the background. Yeah. And Coob's brain overloads now that he knows fish sticks are on the menu.
Too much information.
Too much information. Smoke begins to billow from his head, and everyone runs for cover. The coach slinks down the wall to the floor in tears. He knows all hope is lost.
Yeah, I can't remember if I said this a second ago or not because my memory sucks, but this coach is fucking intense.
Yes, he is.
He is just full bore the whole time.
Yeah. He's another one of those day players, but he knows how to use that wide angle camera to his advantage, you know? Like he knows how to use it. I love when we have guest stars who know how to play with that wide angle.
Yeah.
So we cut to Miss Musso's office to find Grace crying out, 1 touchdown against El Corrado. Is that so much to ask? In bursts a reporter with a camera crew. She says, hello, Grace Musso. The world is watching. Musso demands, who the hell are you? And I don't know why anybody in her outer office didn't stop this.
Yeah, it's a great
reporter
read, too, the way she says that, too. She's like, who the hell are you?
The reporter informs her that she is Kathy Lee Austin, host of Wake Up Santo Domingo.
Yeah, the lighting on that show is awful. I don't know if you noticed that, but the view that we get of it is like, oh, God.
Yes.
Everybody looks sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have Kathy Lee Austin here, played by Mary Carteret. And she is, I don't know if she's best known for this, but she played Vicky Bradford in 3 episodes of Three's Company.
Oh, wow.
In 1984, and then followed it up by appearing in 22 episodes as the same character in the spinoff Three's a Crowd. Did you ever watch Three's a Crowd?
I never did. I know of it, and I've known of it, but I don't think I've ever seen a single episode of that. I've seen tons of Three's Company, but I don't think I've ever seen the spinoff. Yeah,
I think I saw a couple. I remember seeing a couple episodes of Three's a Crowd, and the only reason I remember it is just because I was aware that it wasn't Three's Company. You know? I was like, what is it? Might have even been my introduction to the idea of spinoffs. You know?
Right, yeah, that's true.
They make more of a show. But anyway, so she also appeared in The Munsters Today, which we like to point out, follow-up sequel series, playing Dee Dee Nelson, 3 episodes of The Munsters Today.
Oh, Munsters Today. Such as it was in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
All the reboots. I mean, honestly, that's probably, I guess that's when it all started, because we're still doing reboots out the fucking ass.
Yeah. Yeah, but only of good stuff now.
Oh, yeah, of course. So anyways, as cheesy daytime talk show music erupts out of nowhere, she tells Grace that she has been chosen to be featured on their segment, Sassy, Successful, and Still Single. Always digging on Musso, man.
Yeah. She's trying.
As an invisible audience applauds, Musso demurs and says she wished she had something prepared. She does, of course, because she spins in her office chair and returns with the golden flamingo.
As principal of this great school, I take pride in presenting this symbol of our spirit, avatar of our ambition, Santo Domingo's own cherished football mascot, the great golden flamingo.
So after her little spiel about the golden flamingo, Parker tells us in VO, not since Big Bird has an animal done so much for so many. That's why we're going to steal it and frame El Corrado. What better way to boost school morale? Okay. I love that VO.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Oh, God, not since Big Bird. We cut to a random classroom where Jerry has a dry erase board with an elaborate plan to steal the flamingo. It's very much a football play. Jerry explains to the buds, and they are blown away by the genius plan. Just then, however, Shelley jumps out of a metal cabinet behind them and says, Parker, you're busted. So we're back in Miss Musso's office. Musso has the dry erase board with the evidence behind her, and she scolds the buds for their plan. Attempted grand theft flamingo, she calls it.
Yeah, and this is another occasion where a character just pops up into the scene from below the shot or whatever.
Yes.
That happens frequently, and I love it every time because it's just very cartoony. But it's really funny to see Miss Musso do it, too. You know? It's like, that's great.
Yet another reason we love this show.
Yeah.
It's such a visual show. She tells them they will be cleaning hair out of shower drains for the next 6 months. I feel like that's kind of her go-to for punishment, like some nasty drain cleaning thing.
Yeah, well, nobody wants to do that. I mean,
yeah, well, of course not.
She and Frank have long hair. I assume they use the same shower. So apparently, I don't know. Apparently, that's what I'm assuming by saying that. But
of course they do.
Not at the same time, people.
Well, I was gonna you go there. But
I know, but you already. I don't want to get on that because you'll axe the whole scene out of the episode again.
No, I mean, Frank's her assistant. I imagine he's scrubbing her back, in the shower.
Oh man.
It's that spot that nobody can reach.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. Jesus.
All right. We've already derailed. Okay. So, she tells them they'll be cleaning hair out of the shower drains for the next 6 months. Then she adds, but first, Coach Tripp has taken a keen interest in this case. I'm sure he has something especially painful to add to your punishment. And she's pretty good. She's like hitting those P's too and spit because she's right next to Parker.
Yeah.
Painful to add to your punishment.
Yeah.
She turns the floor over to Coach Tripp, who cracks his knuckles and steps towards the dry erase board. He says, about your little plan. Then the buds all gulp, waiting for hell to rain down. It's magnificent! Coach Tripp starts gushing about the plan. He tells Jerry he hasn't seen a strategy this brilliant since Vince Lombardi's classic power sweep. And I think he has a little exchange with Jerry because Jerry's added something to this famous play.
Yeah, it's like some kind of screenplay or something.
Yeah.
Not screenplay, but a screenplay.
So Coach tells Grace he wants Jerry on the team. The boy can think, he says. I love that. The boy can think. And with Kubiac back online, they just might be able to score against El Corrado.
And this is another scene where the coach is just out of his mind intense.
Yes.
It's just so, there's a shot where the camera moves past him and he turns towards the camera like with his eyes all bugged out or whatever, It's just, I don't know, it's funny.
It's great. Grace is taken aback at first, but she agrees. She leaves the choice up to the buds. Either Steiner plays or they clean drains. And I love this because Mikey doesn't give Jerry any credit. He just stands up and says, break out the spiffets. Let's get started.
Yeah, I made the same note that you had here about the spiffets or whatever. But,
yeah, so I had to look spiffets up. It sounded vaguely familiar, but I'm like, what are spiffets? Because we don't have them now, obviously. Right. So I looked them up, and spiffets were pre-moistened household cleaning towelettes. They're no longer around, but then I saw in the Wikipedia about them a blurb about their stop-motion commercials. They had this whole campaign of stop-motion commercials of these Spiffet characters. Okay. So I looked them up, and upon seeing them, I was like, oh shit, I remember these commercials. Like it just came all flooding back. They're like these little. It's kind of how wet wipes come now. They're like a flat packet, but they were in hard cases with a little flip up top. And they made characters with faces on the front of these things that would come in. Like when somebody's got like a dirty job to do or something, they'd like come waddling in and like pull shit out of their fucking head. It's fucking ridiculous. That was 80s fucking shit. Yeah, pulling out their brain. Here, use my brain tissue to clean shit up.
Brain tissue.
You can clean with my brain bits.
I mean, it's just one of those that I the memory locked away for decades, and then upon seeing them, like, oh shit, I remember these commercials. The 80s.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so Jerry stops them and says, "No, sirs."
Jerry Steiner always takes the easy way out, but not this time. Call it a boy becoming a man. Call it a man facing his fears. Call 911. I'll do it.
Strap a helmet on that brain. You on the football team, son.
And as the full reality sinks into Jerry's beautiful mind, he trembles in fear as we pixelate to commercial.
Yeah, I love the look of terror on his face as he starts to realize what he's done.
Yes.
It's just very over the top, but it's really funny.
I know a commercial break is a long time, but you've got to try and remember.
Back from commercial, we're in the locker room. In VO, Parker says, question, what makes a high school football player? For most guys, it's skill, determination, and a 42-inch neck. For Jerry Steiner, it's a Britannica brain, a passion for strategy, and a 305-pound team captain with the memory capacity of cheese.
It's funny, too, in this scene, because I don't know if it's exactly right here or not, but Jerry's like looking at himself in the mirror because
Yes.
he's feeling like super self-conscious about all the other players and how fucking huge they are and how
Yes.
tiny he is. But he totally goes overboard looking at himself in the mirror because his reflex. They do him fucking wrong with those teeth.
Oh,
Like, he looks
God.
like a
The
total-
teeth are horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's looking at a reflection of himself where he looks even dorkier than he's already made up to be.
Yeah.
But he's got these massive fucking teeth sticking out of his mouth. I'm just like, God damn, man.
Yeah, it's just comically fucked up teeth. Like,
Yeah.
they kind of do them over like full Poindexter, like
Yeah,
with the,
yeah, exactly.
the like greased down hair parted in the middle.
Yeah.
The glasses with, I think it even has the tape in the middle. I mean, they
Yeah.
full Poindexter, right?
They just whipped out the old Conrad Fleck costuming and threw it on him.
Exactly. So then Mikey and Jerry show up with a care package for Jer. It contains gummy bears, Flintstone vitamins, of course. And I love this. Tiny Toons medicated hot heat rub. Tiny Toons medicated heat rub.
Hey, they were big then.
Tiny Toons were huge at this point.
Yeah.
Early 90s. As Jerry suits up, the buds tell him they are with him all the way. And Jerry counters with, not quite all the way, sirs. On the field, I'll be all alone. Then Kubiac steps in and puts his arm around Jerry and says, Koob make new friend. Before offering him a gigantic pack of lifesavers.
Yeah. And it's funny when he steps in, too, because he just, like, shoulder checks Mikey and Parker into the locker. Like,
Yes,
he
that's
just
true.
Knocks them completely out of the way into the locker. But, yeah, the lifesaver pack is probably, like, 2.5 feet wide. I mean, it's fucking
it's huge.
And then Jerry's like, yeah, I'll take one.
Yeah.
What?
So then we cut to football practice, where Jerry catches a football and keels over from the the sheer impact of it. He catches in the gut, and he's like, oof, and falls over. And Kubiak helps him to his feet and dusts him off. Then we're in the hallway where Miss Musso walks with Kathy Lee. They're chatting and making nice. And they decide to go shopping together, actually. But then Kathy Lee suggests that they get the interview out of the way first.
Yeah, notice in the background here in this scene, there's another collection of banners promoting AIDS awareness.
Yes.
Like, anytime I see one of those, I'm immediately taken back to, like, 1991. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Good set dressing.
And that was the time period.
Yeah.
And that and the anti-drugs posters. There's tons of
and
those.
reading.
in the set,
Pro-reading, anti-drugs, anti-AIDS.
Yep. So as the camera starts rolling, Kathy Lee whips to the lens and says, Musso failure. 2 words spoken as one. For as long as she's been administrator, the Flamingos have failed to score a single point against their pigskin rivals, El Corrado. And I love it because Miss Musso is just behind her, like staring at her, like, what the fuck? She's totally at a loss. So we cut to the Atlas Diner. The buds enter arm in arm, heading towards their booth. When a football rockets towards them, Jerry screams like a little girl, but Mikey catches the ball right before it smashes him in the face. And there's a message written on it, an invite from Kubiak to sit at the varsity corner of the diner.
Yeah, it's funny. This whole scene is funny because as they're walking in, they're just talking, but Mikey drops a little Dr. Mario reference there.
Yes, that's true.
And then they mentioned something about a Christian Slater
marathon
film marathon or whatever.
Retrospective or something.
Yeah. I'm not going to make you pull out your 3 favorite Christian Slater movies or anything, but it made me immediately start thinking about Robin Hood again because we were just talking about it, and like, that's not. I wouldn't say that's my top fucking Christian Slater film or anything,
right.
But I did like him in it. I mean, it's funny that he and
honestly, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, it's funny too because like he and Kevin Costner don't even bother with the accents at all. you know, like everybody gave Kevin Costner shit for that when the movie came out, but like he doesn't even fucking bother either. You know?
Yeah. That's true.
He plays Will Scarlet, I think, in that.
Yeah. Oh, man, I got to go back and revisit. I haven't seen that in decades, man.
Yeah, me neither.
God, I love that film back then. That's a good question. Top 3 Christian, like, of this time period? I mean, Heathers would be number 1 for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe Pump Up the Volume, though I haven't seen that in years, but I used to love that fucking movie.
Yeah, that's probably my number 1.
Yeah.
No love for Broken Arrow, huh?
Broken Arrow, God. That would be a little after this, though, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. A couple years after.
That was like mid-90s, 95, 96 maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Legend of Billie Jean, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, anyways, yeah.
Yeah. He's funny, too, because he's still, I mean, he's still working. He's been working all these years, you know? Like, you don't... he seemed like, teen heartthrob type that at the time that like, I don't know if everybody expected people like that to just stay top billing for the rest of their careers or something, but I mean, he's been working ever since then, So.
Yeah, no, 100%, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
So there's the other thing I wanted to point out about this scene is when they're sitting down and Shelley's sitting next to him before Jerry decides whether he's going to go over. This football player walks by and Shelley just latches onto him and gets dragged away with him.
Yes,
that's funny.
Some great sound effects there too.
Yeah, I love anytime Shelley is just like enamored with football. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so they've got the football, and it's got this scrawled message from Kubiak, which of course is misspelled, and it's got the missing carrots. Like even in Jerry, now there's a missing R, so there's a carrot with the extra R. But I think it says something like, Jerry, eat now. That's the invite. That's exactly the extent of the invite. But so Jerry says, maybe I should hang with them for a few minutes, sirs. It could be quality bonding time. And Parker and Mikey agree. They're very supportive. And we get a little slow-motion dreamy POV complete with soft, watery vignette as Jerry makes his way to the varsity corner. Everybody's applauding, cheerleaders are cheering, and victorious music plays. And at the end of this walk, Koob pops off the dream filter off of the lens, which is great. It's a great little effect, Yeah. And he says, no fantasy, little buddy. I love that gag. Kubiak hands Jerry a Letterman's jacket and helps him put it on. We get a little impromptu photo sesh with Koob and Jer kicking it. I like how there's just a photographer there. Just start snapping photos. Finally, they sit down to lunch, and Kubiak points to the C on his Letterman's jacket. And he asks Jerry if he knows what this K is for. Jerry looks at it confused as Koob tells him friendship.
It's just totally fucked all the way around. It's
a great joke.
Not a K. It doesn't stand for friendship. Koob.
So good. But anyways, he explains that he's worn it on his jacket for the past 10 years. We get that 10 years again. And when he's voted team captain again tomorrow, set up for some playoff payback later, he'll wear it for another year. So he tells Jerry he'll never part with it because friendship is what football is all about. He says, sure, there are some other gratifications, crunching bones, body fungus, the post-game buffet, but it's the guys you play with that make it great. And Kubiak welcomes Jerry to the team.
By punching him.
It's true.
Yeah. Sock each other.
Oh, that's right, because I think he goes to shake Jerry's hand. Jerry's like, no, and he goes to hug him, and then Koob's like, well, football players don't hug Jerry. And he's like, they hit. And like, so Jerry like punches him on the shoulder or whatever, and then of course Kubiak punches him completely out of frame. So we're on the football field now. We get a montage of Jerry and Kubiak leading the team to numerous victories. Set to the tune of Mr. Touchdown USA.
Yeah, let me put a note in here that I forgot to. I didn't drop it in here. And it's probably elsewhere in this. I didn't see your reference there, but I noticed that too, that they're playing Mr. Touchdown USA, which it's not I don't think it's the version that was recorded by Hugo Wintenhalter, which is the original record, or I don't even know if that's the original recording, but he recorded that in 1950. I'm not sure which version this is, but it's a song that's played at a lot of college and high school football games.
Gotcha.
Thing that I found interesting is that the B-side on Wintenhalter's copy of this or release of this is an anti-communism song.
Oh,
which is called "The Red We Want Is the Red We've Got."
Wow.
I just thought that was funny. I mean, it tracks, with the whole the whole vibe here. But,
wow.
I was curious if that song was
Red We Got.
Yeah, I was curious if that song was about like Bart Starr or some shit, but it's not. It's not about anybody famous. It's just,
okay.
It's just about football players. I guess so.
In general, football heroes in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, during this montage, we get a little bit of a progression. The first victory ends with both Kubiak and Jerry being hoisted on everyone's shoulders in celebration.
I was absolutely amazed that the team got Kubiak off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, holy shit, look at that.
Right after that, a newspaper spins it onto the screen with the headline, "Fat Man and Little Boy Keep Hope Alive." The second victory of the montage sees the bulk of the crowd hoisting Jerry on their shoulders, while a smaller crowd approaches Kubiak to congratulate him. Koob seems a little dismayed that Jerry's getting more attention than him. The headline this time reads, "Steiner turns team around." And the third victory ends with the whole crowd heaping praise upon Jerry and completely ignoring Kubiak. He throws his helmet down and sulks off the field. The final headline reads, "Steiner, brilliant," and it's next to a very large, very fierce-looking photo of Jerry. And after a beat, the camera scans down to the bottom of the newspaper page to find a picture, a very small picture, of Kubiak with a headline that says, "Kubiak, still big."
It's breaking news here. Yeah, it's funny because like during that whole montage, it seems like Jerry was brought in for his play calling, but then through that whole montage, it looks like he's a running back or something. Like he's the one carrying the ball down the field with Kubiak, blocking for him. It's just, I'm not sure exactly what Jerry's supposed to be doing, but besides play calling, but I guess that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess the play calling. Yeah, he comes up with the strategy. He runs the ball, and Kubiak's the brawn to just keep everybody away from him, so he can.
Yeah. At least at this point in the episode, that appears to be the case.
Well,
I think that changes at some point, but
yeah. So then we're in the hallway. Kathy Lee Austin interviews Jerry. She asks him if he thinks they'll have a chance at scoring against El Corrado. He makes a cocky science joke, and everyone laughs like they actually understood it.
Yeah, I love the look on his face too when he's being interviewed. It's such a shit-eating look on his face the whole time.
It's already going to his head, man. It's already going to his head.
Smarmy.
Kathy Lee spots Kubiak down the hall and calls him over. She asks him, "May we have a word with you? What's superstar Jerry Steiner really like?" Kubiak then looks right into camera and gives us his best pouty lip.
It's fucking epic too, man. That's a great pouty look.
Yes, he does.
Aw, poor Koob.
We cut to another hallway sometime later. Coach Tripp calls everyone to gather around. He has the results of the vote for team captain. Merely a formality, he assures them. As Kubiak steps up next to him proudly, the coach looks at his clipboard and says, "Once again, this year's team captain is Jerry Steiner." He is shocked, but as the crowd hoists Jerry up again, chanting his name, the coach rips the C, not the K, off of Kubiak's Letterman jacket and puts it on Jerry's.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that the revelers were being led by Miss Musso here. That was kind of funny. She's at the front of the crowd. But one thing I just realized, it kind of wormed its way into my brain when I was watching this, but I didn't really make a note about it, but it just kind of became clear to me here. Earlier, Kubiak said that the election for team captain was the next day. And, if we're led to believe that this is the next day...
There's 3 games.
They played 3 fucking games in a day? What the fuck?
That is a good point. I did not realize that.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I could think is maybe they voted and then it was, announced days later or something. Maybe that's the case.
There you go. Let's go with that.
Otherwise, they played 3 fucking football games in a day.
It took Coach Tripp 3 days to fucking... it took Coach Tripp a week to tally up the votes.
Yeah. That makes more sense than there being 3 newspapers released in the course of a day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. That's a great catch. Yeah. As everyone disappears down the hall, Kubiak is left all alone. He takes off his jacket and throws it down. He says Koob came, Koob saw, Koob quit. And as he exits, Parker and Mikey are revealed to be right behind him. It's a great reveal.
Yeah.
They are very dismayed at the turn of events. In VO, Parker says, "Jerry Steiner's quick weight loss diet. Guaranteed to drop 305 pounds. Eat right, exercise, and forget about the one guy who made you what you are." I guess that's a commercial break there, because when we get back from commercial, Jerry is walking down the hallway with a whole entourage in tow. He's shaking hands, kissing babies, shooting people the finger gun.
Yeah.
Happy as a lark. He comes up to Parker and Mikey, and Parker congratulates him on becoming the team captain. "Too bad about Koob quitting, though," he says. And Jerry responds,
"Yeah, it could make a touchdown tomorrow against El Corrado more difficult. You can quote me on that."
Jer, it's not a question of a touchdown. It's a question of living long enough to hear your voice change.
Good one, Mikey. Ciao, guys.
So the crowd follows him, and Mikey remarks that without Kubiak, Jerry is mystery meat. Parker tells him to relax. It's not as if the universe is turning upside down, he says. At which point, Shelley runs up and asks Parker if he can get her a lock of Jerry's hair because he's so dreamy. The camera then turns 180 degrees on the Z-axis, flipping the image upside down. And Parker and Mikey decide it's time to pay Kubiac a visit. So we cut to bathroom 12, where Kubiac is in a suit and tie. He tells Parker and Mikey there's nothing to talk about. He's glad that this thing played out the way it did. It's forced him to reconsider his future. He's learning to become a TV announcer.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, because in that shot, he's looking in the mirror, and the mirror's got a giant crack down the middle of it, and he's, like, on one side, and they're on the other. It's just, it's an interesting visual.
It's a great shot, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's actually holding a book that says how to be a TV announcer or something like that. And then I noticed, I paused it, and down at the bottom it says written by Clyde Phillips.
Another great visual gag for anybody watching it 30 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So then Kubiac sits down next to cardboard cutouts of Marv Albert and O.J. Simpson. And proceeds to practice.
Yeah, I think we talked about this off mic a few weeks ago, but there are a few things that I found more jarring watching this show or anything recently than like the pullout that reveals that Kubiac's sitting between these two cardboard cutouts, because contextually those two people are so much different, especially OJ, obvioly. But like even Marv Albert had his issues in the late 90s, you know. Yeah. I don't remember the particulars of them.
I don't either, but yeah, there's definitely some scandals. Yeah.
Yeah, some sort of sexual assault scandal or something, which I don't know how it played out. But it's just like seeing O.J. Simpson on something is it's not like watching like Naked Gun or something where you know he's on there or whatever. It's like, man, it's just really jarring to see fucking O.J. on there.
I know. Because, I mean, this was, 92? So, I mean, this is very shortly before everything went down, right?
Right.
So it's just, on the other side of that chasm, that's where we stand, and they're on the other side of that chasm. And it's it's strange. It's very strange.
It's like seeing pictures of the Twin Towers or something and something just nonchalantly in the background.
Exactly.
It's just like, man, you
don't even know.
It's crazy. It's very strange. And it's like, geez, Kubiac, he couldn't have picked anybody else. He could have gotten John Madden or something. I don't think he did anything. And if he did, I'm sorry. If he did terrible things, my bad.
I don't remember hearing anything about him, but who knows?
Neither.
So anyways, we cut to the gym at this point, and so talking to Kubiac.
I should say in the from the perspective of the state of California, OJ didn't do anything bad either. So go on. I forgot.
It is crazy that what he ended up doing time for was actual just theft of his own memorabilia or some weird shit like that. And it's like that's how you go to jail, like what? It was it's such a bizarre and twisted and weird story, man. It's just bizarre.
And now he's fucking dead, so fuck him.
It's crazy, man. Oh my god. So then we cut to the gym. Talking Kubiac into coming back failed, so it's time for plan B. Parker and Mikey try to convince Jerry to quit the team. They find him doing bench presses with just the bar, I might say, and struggling quite a lot.
Yeah, that bar has his ass licked.
Yes, it does. It's
like sorry
he's about to choke himself with it.
I'm sorry I said ass licked. But yes, he's struggling with the bar. Yes.
So Jerry tells them he cannot quit. He's the guy calling the shots now. He's the leader. He can't give that up. So we're outside Musso's office now, and Kathy Lee is doing a stand-up with Miss Musso's door in the background. As Musso walks through the frame, Kathy Lee says, "For this tired, rapidly aging educator and her disenchanted students, the only glimmer of hope for a touchdown lies in the scrawny arms of one man, boy, Jerry Steiner. Can he do it? We'll soon find out." Jesus. God, she's so harsh with Musso, man. Tired, rapidly aging educator.
Yeah, and the students are disenchanted, and Jerry's got scrawny arms.
Oh God, this woman.
And he's a
Kathy Lee. Yeah. So in anger, Miss Musso slams her door, but in a twist, it does not break.
I was shocked.
I was shocked. Yeah, I mean, we've been conditioned so that every time Miss Musso slams that door, anyone slams that door, or she screams, that thing is going to break.
Looks at it.
Yeah, it looks at it exactly. or breaks a bead of sweat.
Yeah.
But it did not break, surprisingly. And as Kathy Lee calls a wrap and walks off camera, we pan over to a window in Miss Musso's office. And Musso screams, the blinds shoot up, and that glass blows out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a nice little misdirect there.
They made it up to us.
Yes, they did. We cut to Atlas Diner. Nick serves Kubiak bacon and eggs, but on separate plates. Kubiak realizes something is off. He asks Nick why he did that, and Nick responds, "Whoa, you're right. What was I thinking? Bacon and eggs go together like burgers and fries, macaroni and cheese." And then Kubiak adds his own analogy or simile, peanut butter and salami.
Gross.
I think Nick's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice to see Nick back on the scene.
I was just about to say, it's nice to have Nick back. He is, of course, a recurring character from now on. Nice little way to, like... And I was thinking this the other day, too, the introduction of the diner. It's just a nice way to... We're not constantly cutting to a new hallway, another hallway, another hallway.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, at least they can break it up a little bit, you know, to have a scene there. So I think that's probably end of season 1. They realized, we need a few more locations that we can keep going to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kubiak realizes what Nick is trying to say subtly, or not so subtly. Certain things. I mean, to Koob, it's subtle.
Sure. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
certain things just belong together. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then we cut to the big game. We get a montage of the Flamingos getting their asses handed to them.
Yeah, I like when they pan across the crowd because you can see Parker and Mikey are sitting there taking in the game and enjoying some fruit. The fruit's back.
Of course. I think there's a cheerleader serving them drinks, too, as always.
Of course, yeah, naturally.
So, meanwhile, Kubiak is watching all this from bathroom 12 with his, which is now his, like, announcer booth.
Yeah.
And after some goofy banter with his cardboard co-hosts, we cut to another montage of Jerry getting constantly creamed.
Yeah, in this game, he's playing the quarterback at this point. I guess that makes sense since she referenced his scrawny boy arms earlier. But yeah, he's getting destroyed. He's definitely getting some concussions in this.
Yes, oh yeah, totally. Yeah. So dog pile after dog pile after dog pile. We're down to 30 seconds left in the game. Jerry tries one last ditch effort as all the sound drops away and we hear taps starting to play. It does not look good.
Nope. Jerry's being failed by his offensive line.
Yeah. Yes.
They're nowhere to be seen.
As the ball is hiked to Jerry, the other team rushes in and he screams out. Back in bathroom 12, Kubiak shakes his head and says, "This is not going to be pretty." Then, magically, Nick is in Marv Albert's place as commentator.
Yeah.
And he agrees. They're going to turn that boy into peanut butter and salami, he says.
Nice.
And I have to say, is this Nick... Magical Nick, or is this just in Kubiak's head? Like, we just don't really know. Nick has definitely displayed some magical abilities in the past, so it could be him beaming in.
When they cut when they turn, when he eventually
there's real people there.
There's a guy sitting next to him, which kind of looks like the coach, but he's only on there for a second, so I couldn't really say.
Yeah,
but
it was weird because there's supposed to be then two people standing in, like. I thought somebody that was supposed to be standing in for OJ and somebody that was supposed to be standing in for Marv Albert. Then it was a quick cut, never called any attention to it that there's real people there, but whatever.
Maybe it's actually OJ.
Yeah.
They brought OJ in.
Uncredited.
Yeah, we'll bring in OJ. It'll be fun. What could go wrong?
But yeah, anyway, so Magical Nick or Imaginary Nick in Kubiak's head says they're going to turn that boy into peanut butter and salami. And Kubiak's had enough. He rockets off. We see him running down the hall, ripping off his dress shirt like Superman to reveal his football uniform underneath.
Yeah, it's funny, too, because as he approaches the field, Parker stands up and he's like, "It's a bird!" And then Miss Musso stands up and she says, "It's a truck!"
Great Superman reference.
Yeah, that's funny. It's a truck.
It's a truck. So Kubiak rushes onto the field and runs blocking for Jerry. The duo is back together. They are unstoppable. They reach the 1-yard line and then stop. Koob constantly fends off the attempted tackles as he tells Jerry he may be smart, but he sucks at football. And he's also not so good at friendship either. Jerry counters with, "Yeah, well, you're the one that gave up." And Kubiak corrects him, "Not on my friend." Jerry realizes that he doesn't really care about football and he'd hate to lose their friendship. So he apologizes, and Kubiac accepts. Jerry hands him the ball, and Kubiac walks it over the line. The crowd goes wild, even though they lost.
Yeah, very badly, in fact.
At least they made it on the board.
Yeah, I love that little touchdown dance they do at the end too. It's
reminiscent of Jerry's little dance
Yep.
in the in Parker Central that other episode.
Yeah, exactly. When he was going to go on the trivia team or whatever it was
Yes,
called.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, that silly little dee dee lee dee lee.
Yeah, it seemed like a kind of a permutation of that or something, at least
Yeah.
on Jerry's end.
They both do it.
Yeah. We cut to another stand-up with Kathy Lee. She says, "Who's to blame for this football fiasco? I think the answer's obvious. Musso, Musso, Musso." And after she signs off, she turns to Musso and asks if she wants to go hit Neiman's. Musso just glares at the camera, gives it the thumb, thus shattering the lens. At this point, we cut to a little scene with Jerry, who approaches Shelley and asks if she still respects him. She says, "Jerry, you dared to do something new, gave it your best, took defeat with honor. No, actually, I don't respect you." Typical Shelley response. I mean, you knew it was coming.
Yeah, typical.
As she leaves, Mikey and Parker show up to congratulate him on the loss. We got to keep pointing that out.
Yeah. The very badly lopsided loss.
So anyways, Jerry asks if he can trade in his uniform for his jacket. They tell him, of course. And Mikey magically produces it out of nowhere.
Everyone's magical.
Everyone's magical. As they are about to put it on him, though, the team calls out for Jerry to come take the team photo with them. Jerry looks to his buds, and they tell him, "Go on, Jer. Your jacket will always be here, and so will we." As Jerry goes to take the photo, Parker says in VO, "They say you can pick your friends, but I'm not sure it's such a good idea. If we had to choose, I never would have found Mikey. We wouldn't have found Jerry, and Jerry would never have known the friendship of one Larry Kubiac. Yep, high school sure makes strange budfellows."
Budfellows.
And then we have our end gag. We're back in the talk show studio. Kathy Lee introduces Grace Musso, but she is interrupted by a special bulletin by the President's Address on Education. Grace stands up and yells, "What?" as we cut to credits.
Silly. Yeah, the only note I was going to point out here is that Jerry is making progress and growing as a person because he spent most of this episode without his jacket on. So maybe that one episode, maybe his experience actually did change him.
It could be.
Yeah,
he's grown.
possible.
He is grown.
Aw, our little Jerry's growing up.
Our little Jerry's growing up. Oh, man.
What have you got to say for yourselves?
So what were your thoughts on this episode?
It's a pretty funny one. It's not, it's a fairly standard story, I think, as far as like, you see a lot of sitcoms that have the nerdy character becomes a sports guy or a fucking jock of some kind or whatever, popular, and, and of course they forget their friends, although he only really forgot one, and only slightly, which you can kind of forgive him for, since he played 3 games in one day and was probably getting knocked around. So I think my thoughts are that they should check on Jerry after this episode.
Yes, exactly.
Make sure he doesn't have any brain bruising or,
oh God, 100%.
Potential damage that would cause Alzheimer's someday. But
oh God, I know. Jesus.
Yeah. I think that, anyway, go ahead. What were your thoughts? Sorry.
Oh no. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not top tier or anything, but it was a fun one. And I like that. I tend to like the ones that are goofier, don't rely so much on the heartfelt stuff, but have the heartfelt stuff. Like, so for instance, like Parker and Mikey, he never turned on them in this episode, so they were always like, "Hey, we're gonna always be there for you. Go do your thing." Like, they're very supportive. I love seeing that. And it allows him to step out and do something, and we can follow him with this, a typical trope of the 80s, the nerd plays football. But it's just, I think an interesting twist that he's friends with the team captain, the quarterback, the big guy, the football jock, Kubiac. And the strain there is between their relationship. but it wasn't overwrought or anything, like it was just
Yeah.
enough to cause the tension, and it was resolved pretty quickly, and there's a lot of just fun things in it. So yeah, I found it enjoyable.
Yeah, and really the tension is, it's partially Kubiac's insecurity over somebody else getting attention.
Yep.
Because Jerry is not really doing anything wrong. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's coming in and they're winning games in one day. But and so the attention's going away from him, but then I guess in order to like heighten the conflict, you have to have Jerry then become a dickhead.
Exactly.
To some extent, and so it's kind of strange in that way. Like the tension is manufactured a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
But it is also interesting to have an episode where we're talking about Jerry and Kubiac's relationship because, when the series started, Kubiac had no relationship except wanting to murder everybody. So,
Yes.
or wanting to murder our main character. So I've enjoyed watching his character change, and it kind of, they're friends when they need to be friends, but it seems like he's less of an antagonist this season. So.
You made a good point, though. I mean, it honestly kind of is more of a Kubiac episode, right? Because the real dilemma is his insecurity, right?
Yeah.
The fact that somebody else is getting the spotlight and not him.
Yeah.
So in a way, it could be looked at as a Kubiac episode, not so much a Jerry episode.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, he quits because of his insecurity. I don't really think he quit because Jerry was not being a good friend. I think Jerry eventually stops being a good friend, but kind of. I mean, he's living he's enjoying the accolades of having brought success to the football team, and I thought the whole thing with Musa was weird. Like that whole thing, like I don't know what was the point of that lady just dragging her the entire fucking episode. It's very strange.
Yeah, like dragging her and then being off air and be like, "Hey, let's go shopping."
Yeah. Like somebody's
let's be girlfriends.
Somebody's trying to make a point about how vacuous the media is there, or something. Because that whole thing, and then just the fact that Musso would continue to put up with it for what? To be on TV to get the attention or whatever. It's very strange, but anyway. On the next Synchronize Swatches.
Yeah, so you actually get a Pankow episode next.
That's right.
This is the first time you've had a Pankow episode to recap.
That's right. I totally didn't make it. I totally didn't manipulate the schedule that way by throwing the Ferris Bueller thing in there. I tortured ourselves and anybody who watches us by making us watch Ferris Bueller just so I could do a Pankow episode.
I'm on to you.
Ridiculous. Okay, so I read this part, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think episode 8 was last season was the first Pankow episode. Saving Grace or whatever.
Yeah.
Strange coincidence. Anyway, so next time on Synchronized Swatches, we will be discussing Season 2, Episode 8, Aging Gracefully. Now I'm going to read what will be an excellently written IMDb synopsis. Nothing can possibly go wrong. Here we go. Grace Musso and Dr. Pankow are longtime rivals in the fight for control of the school board. Good Lord. Now an aging Grace and Pankow seem to be meeting not on the battlefield, but on dates. It's up to, even the fans of the show are dragging her.
Yeah.
It's up to Parker and the gang to get beneath the facades and see if there is a true potential for a love connection or if Musso is being had. Simultaneously, Jerry's focus is being consumed by a HAL 9000-like computer. Okay, so Parker is stuck in the middle between the love duo and the geek duo. Weird.
All right.
I guess it wasn't written very poorly, but it's just very strange.
Yeah, it's just a strange synopsis. And an aging Grace. Like, why did you have to put that in there? Like, that.
Yeah. It sucks.
So I guess, okay, Aging Gracefully is the title.
Yeah.
So maybe there is definitely like some major emphasis on her age, but like I can't remember this episode actually. Because didn't we last year we had an episode where Pankow was courting her, but it was all a ruse. So
correct, yeah.
Anyways. You've been listening to Synchronize Swatches, your twice monthly dose of coolness.
But wait! If listening isn't enough for you and you like to see our ugly mugs, not a problem.
Head on over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel at Synchronize Swatches. There you'll find all of our main episodes, as well as some bonus content. Also, you can now stream full episodes of Parker Lewis Can't Lose on Plex.tv, so you can follow along with us.
Sweet. We're also on social media, unfortunately, because you kind of have to be these days, and it sucks. Search for our handle at SwatchesPod on Instagram and TikTok, and hit that follow button. I'm not sure about TikTok much longer. We're getting like 30 views a day on that. That fucking sucks. Anyway, we welcome your comments, questions, and critiques, all forms of correspondence, over at our email address, swatchespod@gmail.com. Email's
still cool. Write us there.
yeah.
We're dinosaurs. And while you're at it, why not cruise on over to your podcast app of choice and leave us a 5-star rating and a positive review. It really makes a difference in getting the word out about what we are doing here.
Our theme music. Talking over each other's lines. Our theme music was written and produced by My Sinister Hand.
The show is recorded on the West Coast and East Coast of the United States. It is written by the host and post-production by Chip Johnson. Chris Gregory manages our social media empire. Special thanks to Paul Coates for all of his German title insights and Allison Doster for our new custom logo design. You can see more of her work over at Instagram, where she uses the handle Bunny Soul Art. That's BUNISOULART, Bunny Soul Art.
Thanks again for joining us. Until next time, I'm Chris Gregory.
And I'm Chip Johnson.
Reminding you that empathy is more rebellious than a middle finger.
Yep.
My friend Jerry said you guys were going to do something really neat today.
The cooch asked the cooch.